Yo,
Good evening.
what's happening?
What are you guys doing?
Hanging out in Kansas City.
God bless you.
Hey, did you go get some barbecue?
I didn't get barbecue. I got some of that good chicken.
Some of that good chicken.
Yeah,
You gotta know where to get
Chicken
the chicken.
biscuits. Yeah, I know where to go. I just got to get there before dark. You know what I'm saying?
The good chicken.
Yeah, Slaps is not too far from me, Mike.
I don't know what that is.
It's like one of the best places to get barbecue.
Guys,
it is the original one.
It is a stormy night. There's a good chance you're going to lose at least one of us before this is all said and done.
There's 3 of us. We'll be good.
Stoney's in.
What's up, Stoney?
Stoney
Oh. Do we want to kick off with the elephant in the room, or do we want to beat around it until we get to that point?
It's funny that you use the term "beat around it," but okay.
Yeah.
What's up, bucket list?
Bucket list. What's up, ladies? Sounded like they had a really good trip working on their bus.
I feel like they made the best of it, from what I could tell.
Yes.
It looked like it. I never caught up with those guys. They seem to be showing up like after we were gone.
Doesn't surprise me. We will get into them here in just a little bit. I actually have some pictures of those guys. Dorty, you're back.
I'm back.
And we're back.
I got a bunch of hugs.
Did you really?
How many hugs did you get?
I got hug threats.
Hug threats? Bunch of hug terrorists out there.
Yeah. They were threatening to hug me, but luckily I stunk real bad from right in the car.
Right. Okay. Well, that's good for you, I guess. I feel like it's really going to go down during the circuit, though.
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of hugs for Dorty.
I'm almost done with the hug.
I'm not even that week.
I didn't catch any of that. One more time.
I'm not even going to shower that week.
Totally prepared.
Ain't nobody wanting to hug you.
Dorty, how was your week?
Good.
But was it though?
Car ran real good.
Well, car's pretty consistent all week, yeah.
Yeah. Check that out. Choctaw Casino was a confusing spot to stop and have a checkpoint.
Yeah.
Like, we just drove all around that thing taking pictures. Because I don't know where the front's at.
It's usually where they put the doors.
Yeah, there's doors everywhere.
As someone who works in casinos and a bunch of different casinos, yeah, they have doors in the back of the places too, Fro.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, they're everywhere.
There's like a resort portion, a casino portion, a hotel portion.
Yeah.
Everywhere you try to Google map to it, it takes you to the parking garage, and it didn't like say what driveway to pull in or anything. So we just drove around taking pictures and looking lost.
Yeah.
All touristy.
Yeah.
Touristy.
Looked like a couple Chinese people just taking pictures of each other all day.
Just both walking around with the cameras and
Oh yeah.
oh,
That was us. Doors. There's just a bunch of doors. You just take a picture of yourself in front of a door and say it was at the casino.
Bucket List says they had beer.
Man, I missed out. I wanted to be there so bad.
I try real hard on those deals to wait till driving's done to have beer.
Yeah. A lot of driving this one though.
Yeah, like 15-ish 100 miles. So,
yeah. Any issues with the car?
No. I did put a different alternator on it just to see if that would clear up some charging stuff. Oh yeah, look at that. So now I get to take it to a car show. Because the only 150 amp alternator they had at the Summit trailer was chrome AF.
I went to John's house. Was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday, just for a little bit. And he's like, "Hey, if you need me, I'll be over here polishing my alternator." I said, "Okay, cool."
I think it's going to look good when you take that apart and Cerakote it black.
Yeah. Now here's the real question.
Ooh. It's a really good question. I think it was in the 6 or 7 range. Did significantly better like plumb empty, but at times I can't make it to the next spot for fuel plumb empty. So I have to but I mean, when you fill up the drum, you're putting 300 pounds in the trailer. So
makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay, so my guess on 10 to 12 miles a gallon may not have been correct, but I also didn't figure in pulling a trailer.
Yeah, the trailer, it's kind of tall, so it catches wind off of the car, so that it kills mileage a little bit. I got a 25-gallon tank in the car, so that's like 150 pounds of fuel. And then with 50 gallons in the trunk or in the trailer, that's another 300. So 8.5 miles a gallon in that heat. That's awesome.
It's pretty. Yeah, no kidding.
How many? You probably as many dollars in tires this go around than you did in fuel then.
I would say so with Bucket List. They had to go with it.
They had some tire problems,
amongst other things. Yes.
All right. So let's talk about it. Let's just talk about this deal's bothering me as much as anybody else. Probably not as much as John, but he's hiding it better than me. So do you want me to do it, or you want to get started with it?
No, go ahead. I'm afraid I'll get wound up.
Okay, so don't get wound up. We're not trying to get wound up.
We're not trying to get wound up.
Not trying to get wound up, but here's the deal. John averaged a 1036 for the week. Okay. The number one guy averaged a 930-ish. 29, something like that.
I don't remember what his average was.
It was quick, right?
Yeah.
So then there was let's say 930 just for argument's sake. Then you had a 1030. Huh?
949 was Carlos' average.
Okay, but he also had one day where he made a 1050 pass, so that screwed up his average. Anyway, that don't matter.
He was still going like 144 miles an hour.
Yeah. So 950. Your averaging was a 936. The next guy, the third place guy, was averaging a 1069, right?
1065.
949,
1036. 1065,
and then it went to an 1130.
Okay,
so you were secured in your second place.
Oh yeah,
trophy.
Secured enough to start celebrating as soon as I got done eating breakfast on Friday.
For the third time in 3 years, you were podiumed at Race Week.
Yes, sir.
100%. You had it.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like I'm telling your story, but I'm doing this for you because I don't want you to get upset.
Yeah.
I got upset enough for all of us, I think. So, and I wasn't even there. So, I'm watching the award. I'm making my wife and my daughter watch the awards with me, right? So they start with the 14-0 class and 13-0 and blah, blah, blah. And then, what's his name has a 45-minute spiel about the wicked chicks. And we're all waiting and waiting and waiting. And you know how hard it is for my 8-year-old daughter to pay attention that long just to see John get his trophy? You know what I mean? So finally they get through. We see Shanda roll up, my little girl, and says, "Look, is that Shanda with the red bandana?" I said, "Yes, babe, that's Shanda." She said, "All right. John will be up there in a minute." Boy, Shandy's up there with her camera. She's doing this number, ready to take.
Yep.
They call the third place guy, and they said the average. And I'm like, well, that don't sound right.
Yeah.
And they call a second, and then they call the next name with a 1060 something average. I'm like, hold on. And then instantly I thought, man, Carlos stinking broke.
Well, that's
John got first. Carlos broke.
So he and I were standing next to each other. And they called the first guy, and we kind of looked at each other, and they called the second guy, and I was like, "You out?" He's like, "No, are you?" "No." And they called his name, and we both kind of looked at each other like, "What the F?" I'm like, "Man, go up there." They called your name.
So Dorty's bypassed. Just nothing. Well, if you guys don't know John's wife, she takes command of things. She doesn't. Yeah. She's not one to sit back and not say anything. So she walks right up to the trailer to Adam Dorty, who's the announcer. And you can't hear what they're saying, but I can see this on the live feed. I hear Adam leans down. They're talking. I see Shanda show Adam the phone of the standings. And Adam stands up. He's like, hey, we need to get – I'm not trying to name people's names, but we need to get so-and-so over here. John Dorty has a 1036 average. We're going to have to shift around these trophies because he's got the second place. And then he followed that with, yeah, we'll get that rocked out. We'll get that rocked out, blah, blah. And then done.
And then he just started going on to the other shit. And everybody walked off with their trophies. Yeah. Like, oh, yeah, fuck that guy. So that's what it felt like.
No, I mean, I couldn't imagine. You know what I mean? Yeah, see. Missed out on your case of oil, too.
Shanda stood up there for like an hour trying to get somebody to say something. And they ended up giving her a paper for a case of oil, and I told her to chuck that shit. I'm not using their free fucking oil.
Oh, God.
Sorry. That's another bomb.
We apologize. Tonight's show is a parental advisory show.
Yeah, it's got the thing right on it because I'm wound up. Yeah, I'll use friggin' Schaefer's from now on just to make sure I don't use that free oil.
So all this, and here's the thing. I honestly thought that Megaweek was going to be kind of a shit show. Turned out it was pretty good. I feel like they did a great job organizing it. Like from outside looking in, it looked pretty good, man. Like it was surprisingly ran well. Not that they don't do a good job. They always do a good job. Let's make it clear.
Oh, right? Yeah.
Race week is the baddest drag and drive event. That's where you want to be. It's where everybody wants to go, right? We all know that. You know, Matt and June put on a great drag and drive. No doubt about it. But when this was caught right then and there, and Adam even said, hey, y'all don't run off. Let's get this. And then I don't know why he kept on saying, let's rock that. We'll rock that out.
We'll rock that out.
I don't know what that means, but it was simple as, hey, hold on, come back here. Hey, third place guy, give your, you got to give that trophy up to second place guy.
He didn't really win anything.
Yeah, give that trophy to John Dorty, the guy who earned it.
Yeah.
So it's not even that big of a deal. I know you're not butthurt about a case of oil. You know what I mean? It's you want the trophy that you earned and you deserve, man. You busted your butt. You put together a car that survives the week with no issues, that stays consistent. You've earned that. Yeah. And the fact that it was brought up to their attention right then and there, and it was just pushed to the side to move on, like that is kind of crappy. I mean, really. Yeah.
Super could have made it right that day. For sure didn't. Got a note on Messenger at like 11 o'clock last night. Sorry, we had the the sheet wasn't sorted right and we just skipped you. We'll make sure that don't happen again next time. Sorry to hear you won't be back at our event. Yeah, would you go back? Like, it's the most expensive test and tune ever.
Yeah, that's a.
You know what I mean?
So here's the deal, and here, whenever we've talked about this quite a bit, John and I have. I would feel the same way right now if they were to, I don't know, apologize, have the guy who took the trophy knowingly it wasn't deservedly his.
Yeah.
Send me the trophy, and then I don't know, maybe a public, hey guys, we goofed up, John Dorty, and it's not even that big of a deal, but it should have been fixed right then and there. Like it's that easy.
It would. That's the worst part. Like when you had a chance and didn't. Like, oh man.
And I understand they were going through.
I just already got paid for this. I'm good.
Yeah. So the thing is I understand there was a ton going on. They had they had a class from Group A and Group B. They had to get through a lot of stuff. I get it, but they spent a lot of time on some other awards or giveaway stuff.
Trophy wouldn't have got second in either group.
Oh yeah.
Just saying.
Well,
and the one thing you do have to throw in here on the guy who assumed he got second at your expense, that guy probably did the same thing. He probably said, "Man, he must have forgot to drop a time slip. He must have broke on the way here, something like that."
No, it's super obvious on the Sheets app.
Oh, and I get that.
There's a check mark to say that you finished, and like it's all legit. Okay, so put that comment up.
I put it up right now. I'm on it. That's exactly what I said.
Block Bob. What driver would take a trophy they didn't earn? No BS, Bob. Everyone should have stepped up. Also, I'm just asking, Bob, you've obviously been to a race before. How many people in the race don't know where they're at in the standings?
Nobody. Everybody knows where they're at.
Like 0 people don't know.
Hold on.
Regardless of how that sheet is sorted.
Let me interrupt you for a second. If you're in the top 5, you're paying attention.
If you're in the bottom 5, you're paying attention.
I don't know that I would, man. If I was in the bottom half, I'm like, whatever.
I'm just saying. Said I like boobs, and I was going to say same.
Samesies.
But yeah, no. If you're at a race, like I'll say Frankie, because we spent the whole week with him and Emmy doing the junior street class. By the time he got back to the pits, he knew he had done all the math already to know where the hell that put him. Like he know, like, I don't know. I'm just saying, people know where they're at.
I would say 99.9% of the time, yes.
Also, so there's 7 cars, and one of them had been out for a minute. So there's 6 cars, and 3 of them are sub 11 seconds. It's pretty damn easy to know the math on this deal. Like, I don't even have to sort it right in the sheet to be able to tell you 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I mean, it's, and I'm not bringing up more stuff for you, but I feel like I got to say it. Rocky Mountain Race Week, was it not the main event? The reason you built that Nova, or the main event you wanted to do?
Oh yeah, I think you and I went to a race week event in
19 or 20.
Was it 20?
I think it was 20. We went to Tulsa.
Okay, so 2020 spectators inspired build car. 2021 car wasn't ready, so I borrowed a Malibu wagon,
Tushka,
that one.
Yeah,
and ran like the 13.0 class, and
very slow.
Issues with the Fight Tech that was on it. Turns out the ECU was going out, so I didn't feel bad after that for spraying Yeah, everyone gets a trophy now.
I don't like that world. I'm sorry.
Just make your own. 21, I drove your car. Shanda actually competed in her Challengers when she had the red one, which is faster than the black one, and I still don't know why. That was 21. 22, my Concho was ready, but it had that shitty 468 in it, and I blew out the rear end at Texas and blew up the motor. So I did 2 tracks and was out. I put it on the trailer and road week the whole rest of the trip.
Which pause, because
I stayed until it was over.
That was at Houston Raceway Park when that happened. And I was
Texas Motorplex.
Or Texas Motorplex, I'm sorry. And I was right behind you. As you made your pass, I started doing my burnout, rolled up to the line. They backed me off. You know, it's hotter than Satan's toenails at that time. I was not happy. I'm like, get him off the track. What happened?
Yeah. No, it gets hot.
Anyway.
So 22 blew it up. 2023, third place in a big block. Pretty cool. 2024, second place in a big block. Megaweek 2025. I mean,
you got second place, man.
Second place with an asterisk because some other guy got the moment and the post and the whole 9 yards. He's got the hardware.
Whatever. I'm making you a trophy.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody can make one. Everybody can get one.
Wow.
I mean, hell, there's a freaking trophy store in Miami.
Can we put a bowler on top of the trophy?
Just holding a beer instead of a bowling ball?
Yes, just a beer.
I don't know why.
Stoney
so, now that you said that, I told John it's probably a good thing that I wasn't there for that deal. Even though it's not my car, not my thing, I probably would have made an ass of myself.
I felt an ass coming on. Knew it would be on the live feed and in front of a lot of people. So I grabbed my cooler and I grabbed my chair and I went and tried to load the car on the trailer. Turns out my keys were at the hotel. So I had to get to the hotel, get back. And our trucks are all out in impound, which is like on the south or on the north side of the return road at Tulsa Raceway Park. So that turns into mud pretty damn fast.
Yeah.
I find my truck and I like, oh, well, I'm just going to whip it around right behind the trailer, pull it up, and then fire up the truck and pull out. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that it was a swamp. So I whip it around and get the car stuck as, I had to jump in the truck, pull the car out, then pull it up on the trailer. And
it makes it worse that you were mad at the time. It's like, nothing's going right.
I had been like, we got up, we went to the Big Biscuit for breakfast, and then I got to the track, set up a tent, and immediately started celebrating. Yeah. So I was pretty celebrated at this point. And had to load everything up.
So tell them about the guy from Group B.
Oh, yes.
In a big block class, Group B.
Somebody from Group B said that, or I wasn't up there. I was already, I could tell where this was going and had to GTFO before I got into an altercation.
Yeah.
RUNNOFT.
Yeah. So I guess the second place guy from Group B heard there was a problem with second place and in a big block and went and gave his trophy back. Whoever that guy is, stand-up guy.
Yep, 100%. And that's who I thought the kind of – hold on, I don't want to say that. I know the majority of the people that I've met at these events are all great people. So I'm not trying to categorize anybody.
Like literally not a race car driver, literally never been to a race before, just damned oblivious to the fact that they didn't earn it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jonathan says, I was already loaded. I left what John did. Tried to be a good dude. My mouth don't agree with me sometimes. Yeah, I don't know how I kept myself contained.
I don't know. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
You did good. You did the right thing.
See, my social anxiety would have already been on peak when they screwed up calling the wrong name. And then I would have felt indebted to jump up and say something. And then I would have made a total ass out of myself.
No, Fro would have seen me jump up and Frodo ran to the bathroom. He'd have been like, I've seen Bo do this before. I'm out of here. He's gone.
We've been down this road.
And then while John was being cool and trying to walk off, John would hear me raising my voice. And then he'd turn around and come back. It would be a big old thing. It would turn into a mess.
Dude, no, that would be the bad part of it is I wouldn't be able to go anywhere because I would immediately go, oh, cool, Bo's going to get in a fight. This sucks.
I stood there for a minute because I thought, oh, they're going to make it right. And then he totally skated past it and went on. And I don't know what shade of red I turned, but I guarantee I was glowing. So I was like, man, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something bad.
It's
But in all honesty, why would you? Yeah, they're $20 a piece. It's the mother flipping Cash App. You can Cash App me.
Yeah. Anyway,
so yeah, it's amazing the people that are around you. Chad, don't get mad. I met Chad Maggard for the first time. He's in a group chat for like the last year with the handful of us. I've never met the guy. He pulled up. I knew his truck, and he sat down and started. He started talking to me. We hit it off, but yeah, he was fired up. I think everybody was.
I think anybody that goes to these events that watch that happen,
yeah, there was some
fired up or should have been
for sure. Yeah, and I don't know. I'm sorry you won't be coming back, and we're gonna make sure that we have all this wrote down and sorted going forward. So it gives me peace that the next guy is like a super hug. Like I'll take. All right. For 50, I'll come straight out of the sauna in just my tidies and give you a hug.
Oh no. It's gonna go on.
Oh man,
it's gonna just keep going.
He's trying to get you to. He's trying to catch you saying something here.
So, what group are you in?
A.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the Group A, second place in a big block. John Dorty.
Cut you out. Thank you very much.
Special thanks to whoever I stole that photo from. Looks like high-speed photo.
High-speed media.
High-speed media, yes.
That was Tulsa. Man, Tulsa was rough.
That was Oklahoma City. It says Thunder Valley down the corner.
Yeah, sorry, it was Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City. Tulsa was not rough. Tulsa was good to me. 10-20 something at Tulsa actually qualified me for the heads up racing, and with all the middle fingers I have, declined to go.
By the way, Big Block Bob extends his applause. Bentonville Lunar, his applause. Good job, John, from Aaron Roberts. Bucket list was in Group F for, well, you know what it stands for.
You heard right, my friend.
See, we've been hiding it this whole time. The hugs for Dorty is just beers for Dorty.
Okay, so I see the picture queued up. Go back to one. So John sends – I'm going to tell a real quick story. John sends a picture of his time slip to a group, and I see it, and he had slowed down a little bit, right? So me being funny, trying to be funny, I text, Oh, are you letting Stone Cipher tune on your car now? LOL. I send it to John, and John sends this picture back to us.
So
that's
So there's a backstory to that too, because
all right. We can take that down.
I know. I'm taking it down.
my car is like an anomaly. It's like opposite day. Like you want to wear your pants inside out driving this deal. It's that bad. We don't need hugs for John. Hug is code for little brown friends.
No.
Do you want
be
to
careful
little brown
with
friend?
that.
Make a pay thingy, $5, and Dorty has to finish a beer.
These are hugs. Oh, yeah. Send $5. I'll hammer one. I'm gonna get
Wait a
paid.
minute. I'm still trying to pay for a motor. I'll do the same.
We're going to get you beer assistance.
Line them up. Anyway, go ahead.
Now, we've done a lot of stuff to the car, and every time we try something that should work on paper, it just goes slower.
That works on most cars.
That
Yes.
works on like all of the other cars. Do it to mine. Like, oh, let's get some launch RPM going here. Yep. Maybe hang that gear out a little longer. Nope.
That's funny.
I killed like 1,000 launch RPM, and now as soon as I let off the button, I shift it.
I don't know what I did.
I don't either.
Oh. Anyway, so
I shift where, yeah, no bull I do. I shift where his 2 steps at. I'm trying to shift. I'll have to pull the data and look at where I actually shift, because I'm pretty sure my brain and my hand and all that stuff's a lot slower than what I think it is. That's why I really need to invest in a air shifter, but because I can't shift fast enough coming off the button.
yeah. So with all that being said, doing sick week.
Yeah, I already filled out a thing of intent or whatever you call it.
The
On the
interest page.
Let's
Yeah.
get into that in a minute. Let's finish up race week here real quick. Let's talk about one more thing with race week.
Oh man, what a deal for him.
Yeah. That's
Hey,
amazing.
I do have a quick question. One of our buddies, I'm not going to mention his name because I feel like he's wrong and I don't want to make him seem even more wrong. We were talking about this, and his argument was these guys that double entered are cheating
Man,
because it's not fair that they get to make passes without doing a drive in between. So I said, so to be clear, you want them to make their passes, drive to the next stop, drive back to the original stop, then drive back before they make their next. He's like, yeah.
so I've seen firsthand what it looks like for these guys to have to drive these cars. Like Goldstone and
Hurley.
yeah, Jason Hurley, both double entered, both competing for like mega big dong. And they're having to be like they're at the track for A group. They got to have at least 2 slips to turn in an A group. They're competing in B group. They got to have at least 2 slips to turn in B group. So their second pass is no earlier than their last pass of the day is probably 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And
Basically,
then
they have half the time to get to the next stop as A group.
they're back at the track.
Yeah.
Like they were at the track before I was at the track every day. I didn't have to be at the track early. I think they just drove straight from one track to the other.
Yeah.
Saved on hotels, I'm guessing.
Well, and here's the thing. They weren't Oh, they they're not driving a 2016 50 Mustang that's stock.
No.
They're driving the baddest cars there doing this.
Yeah. So I think it physically wouldn't be possible to do the driving in.
Yeah.
Like the quickest you could make the drive in one of these cars was probably, I don't know, 7 hours.
Especially with the weather you guys were dealing with.
Guessing. Oh, and then the weather is atrocious. Oh yeah. Yeah. B group starts allegedly at 3 because A group's supposed to be done at 2.
Yeah.
They got done at 2, prep the track, start group B. Takes about 2.5 hours to get through the rotation. So at least 8 o'clock before they're pulling out of one track and getting into the next one at 7 or 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
That's hardcore.
That's hardcore. And I think the guys that do that, when they win, they deserve it, man. I mean, let them win both classes. They hustled. They did it.
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think, is it Ledesma? Is that the dude's name? Drove the Mach-E, competed in maybe the 12-0 class in A and B group.
Oh, I don't know.
So that sounds like it would be an easy drive, but you got to figure out where to charge that deal.
Yeah.
And you don't just stop. Like I can pull over beside the road and it takes me like 7 minutes to throw 25 gallons back in the car.
But I do kind of see their point. You're racing twice, but you're only making the drive once.
Oh wow!
I can kind of see the point.
He hadn't slept or showered for 2 days,
Okay.
And there was a drive day in that. That's hardcore.
With you saying that, Fro, these guys are also making double the passes the other people are making.
Agreed. Just devil's advocate on the
Yeah,
thing.
no, I know you are. I know.
So they did at least 3 runs at every track for everybody. And because they were double entered, they had to turn in 2 slips instead of 1. And that takes their margin of error down significantly.
Yeah.
Tits, pits, and naughty bits.
All right.
One washcloth, just wring it out real good, hand it off to the next.
Old horse bath, just spit on each other and.
So what we did miss was sick on the green. And it looked like those guys had a good time. It's not your standard drag and drive event because they're not driving from track to track. They're just driving around in town. But still looked like it was fun. Looked like it was a good time.
I like the idea of just doing a race and cruise and then race. I mean, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know what the format is. I've never been to that.
Yeah, neither have I. Or neither have I, obviously.
All right. So.
Bored. Sorry.
They stole that from you.
Thunder game is on. Trying to. Okay.
Six Summer is coming up. Dorty, you doing Six Summer?
Hell no. It's like a week from now, dude. It's going to be hard enough going back. Like re-entry after vacation for me isn't exactly like it's going to be bumpy.
It's going to get bumpy.
Hold on, baby Jesus. It's about to get bumpy.
All right. That would be a fun event to go to. Aaron Roberts says they will be at Six Summer.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Hey, sorry, I'm getting caught up on the comments right now. Flip flops and smile. That reminds me of Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue.
We're not going to get into that again here. We're not going to do that.
All right, sorry. Anyway,
I don't remember that for sure, so you have to tell me that story later.
Oh, you were there.
I know.
We've actually talked about it on the show.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think you were in the shower next to me.
talk about it on the show either.
Let's see what else we got coming up.
Look at that beautiful piece of machinery.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Leg lamp on the dash, parked next to a giant leg lamp in Chakota, Oklahoma.
Man, the wheels really set that deal off.
The wheels really did set that deal off.
That's perfect. It's perfect.
Hard to keep the air in them.
Yeah, well, that's true.
They had their troubles with that. At some point, we probably need to talk to them again about this.
Yeah.
I know at one point they were sitting on the side of the road with wheel bearings out on the front of the Winnebago, and I was talking to them on the phone. They had a rough time.
Well, it's gonna happen.
And they didn't even get to go racing.
Well,
I wish I'd have got to catch up with those guys.
You got to give them credit for making the best out of a really bad situation, because like, as soon as they weren't bringing the race car anymore, man, it's real easy to call it right there. It's real easy to just be done. And you guys know, like, I handle adversity really well. And definitely would not have quit at that point.
Oh, yeah. Sunshine.
Mr. Positivity.
Yeah, that's me.
Really pulls the group together and that's
in this picture. I would be underneath that leg lamp crying at the base, wondering why this trip isn't over yet.
Man, I don't know. I think in that situation, if we had that rig, I think we would have done the same exact thing.
We did just duct tape Pro in the way back.
What?
What?
You'd have been duct taped in the back of the van.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, honestly, that wouldn't be the first time I've seen Fro taped up to a seat in a vehicle. Anyway, that happened.
True.
That happened.
I have been taped to a seat before. Had they had a race car and the Winnebago, they would have been part of the RV conspiracy.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of that.
Yeah, I not giving anybody shit, but my friends group and Brian Goldstone's friends group are two totally different classes of people. Because when he pulled up at Flying H, Larry Larson's big rig is sitting there with the awning all out. Like I didn't call Larry Larson to come hang out with me in the pits with his big rig.
What is the most unique vehicle y'all have seen during a drag and drive?
Seen a lot of really cool Novas.
I mean, the Trucker is unique, but I don't like it.
You don't like it?
The Trucker? No.
Really?
No.
Bo likes racing it.
Yeah, I messed that dude up. Messed him up. I mean, it's fun to look at. It's not something I would build for me, but there's a story behind it. The guy, from what I understand, am I wrong? Didn't the guy work for John Deere for years and years?
I think he worked for John Deere, and now he's like a tech school instructor or boat
Yeah, so that makes sense.
class instructor or some crap. Maybe.
I may
be making crap up at this point. I don't know.
Yeah, me too. I will tell you this. I will never build a slot machine drag car, though.
Really?
Nah.
I mean, there's some cool stuff. There's that I don't know.
That boat car.
Yeah. Let's moving on.
We're getting a ski dome for your trailer, so you have something to cruise around in the pits.
Why not? Why not what?
Aaron hauled the truckster to Sick Week 22.
Unique cars.
Bernie is a hometown guy that we all know.
Yep.
Robert, he's a good dude. Bernie got rid of the diesel motor and went to an LS deal and hasn't had great luck with it since.
I don't know if he's had it out since. He tried to campaign it that year and then killed it.
Yeah. Yeah, he showed up with the LS deal and had major issues.
I too want a gasser and also need somebody to pay for that deal.
Fro and I have been talking about it. Fro has got a car with a title, a 62 Fairlane, 2-door.
65.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was a 62. 65, 2-door Fairlane. Telling you, straight axle that deal. Get rid of all that junk in there, free up room. 302. Yes. Devin Jones donated a turbo kit for us to do something with.
Move the rear axle forward 6 inches.
I don't know about that, but it's your car, whatever.
It's not my car. It would be the gearhead car.
Well, we check it out.
Voodoo's on one tonight.
And then don't do anything else to it.
I think that's your next direction is gasser. I think Bucket List had their finger on the pulse on that one.
Hey, I've said for a long time, I wish I had a gasser because you can get in about any event just by having a gasser. You just tell them, I'm in the gasser class. And they say, oh, yeah, we got 3 other guys. We need one more.
Yeah. No jegs for us, by the way.
No jegs. I'll just cover up my shirt here.
Still sore about those guys.
Do you have a Jeg shirt on?
I do.
Oh, man.
How long did it take you to get that?
Like 2 days. T-shirts aren't a problem. It's when you need something crucial for your car.
It wasn't crucial. I'm still not driving my car.
Right. I remember you being so mad about them door bars. The door bar key.
It was warm and been cold and snowed, and it's warm again. When all that happened, I'm still not driving my car.
Yeah.
But at least you do have door bars.
I got swing outs.
Swing out door bars. That's right.
Hey man, I've been me and John talked about this the other day. So I look at it. I'm a marketplace hound, just like I'm sure most of us are.
Sorry, only one finished in A group gasser.
John, you still wouldn't have got a trophy. They'd be like, no.
I wonder if they got him the right trophy.
Yeah, no. The Skidon't of
race
car.
Jags is the Skidon't of race car parts.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, Bo. I totally interrupted your story.
I don't even know what I was saying. I forgot.
I don't either. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about.
DMFJ.
Let's talk about something that has nothing to do with monster or has nothing to do with drag racing at all.
Look at that.
Monster trucks.
A flying kangaroo.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a picture.
It's a plane.
That's a good picture.
That is killer.
What's that? What do those things weigh?
10 to 12,000 pounds.
I mean, that's like, that is just awesome to think about being able to get that high up in the air with 10 to 12,000 pounds.
Yeah.
It's awesome to think about what they do with those trucks.
So all the tracks that Devin's been racing on this year are all little tiny tracks.
Yeah.
He doesn't get to do stuff like this.
Really?
On those little tiny tracks. So
So he bent 2 wheels on that.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
As a
He
back
flat spotted
doctor's
2
dream.
wheels on that.
Yeah, I mean, while Devin does have a gnarly seat in that truck, you're right. It still hurts when he lands that stuff.
Another viewer,
No, it's Pat
Pat Pulley, out there in the troubled tough truck.
putting it on 2.
That is a heck of a thing to do out there.
Bro, when you that's what you need to build. Stop messing around. Build you a tough truck.
Yeah, I would love to, but it's kind of the same thing as what you guys are dealing with. Anytime you get competitive, there's a good chance that you're going to get screwed. I don't want that. I'd be frustrated.
Don't build one of those. Just go buy you a Cherokee. Run it on there, tear it up.
It's not a horrible idea. It's not a horrible idea, but hopefully Pat did well that night. Obviously, he missed that jump just slightly.
Just a bit outside.
Starting tomorrow, Hot Rod Power Tour, heading out of Indianapolis.
Awesome.
I want to do this again. I don't care what anybody says.
I'm not in the power tour mode. I think it's awesome. I just don't care to do it.
It was a good time. I think the only thing that would make it better is if each day, instead of just going and parking and looking at each other's shit, you went to a drag strip and you raced in different classes. Yeah. And then at the end of the week, either got a trophy or not, depending on how good you did or not. Or just random draw out of a friggin' hat.
Or
yeah.
What they do is there you go. They average your times and they give awards at it, but not always.
They average your times, put all your names in a hat, and draw those. And then if you guess the next guy's time, then you get a trophy.
Yeah. We should pitch that idea to somebody.
You just random draw.
He just showed up with a skip bow card, said, "Bam, mine." Take that. Hey, note to self, take those with you to every event from now on.
Yeah.
Oh, I got third? No, thanks. Now I got first.
Wait a minute. I just blew the tires off. I'm going to do a play again.
We're getting an Uno reverse card printed, a sticker printed for his car.
The reverse card. Golly.
Big Block Bob taking a shot.
Oh,
well,
man.
John, we can go get a couple of those turbo cans and take care of that.
We turbo can it up. That'd make some of these tools happy. I wasn't talking about tools here, but I think 3 different times I pulled up to a gas stop, and everybody wants to walk up and talk to you about the Nova they had, because I think everybody in the world had a Nova at some point. What color are you gonna paint it?
It's done.
I don't know what you're asking me right now. It's red. And a little bit of orange and some black and then some gray also.
It's Mike Honcho. It can't be anything but orange.
Well, yeah, but you're gonna paint it, right? No, I'm not. I think it's fine. Oh, I mean, it's a really cool car, but painted, man. Jesus H, get the hell out
of here. I got a message from a buddy of mine today. These were found in a storage unit in northwestern Oklahoma.
Dibs on the Camaro.
You can have the Camaro.
These have been sitting for 30 years.
You were barely old enough to drive when they put these away.
Man, you really got to go there?
No, like you made it sound like a long freaking time ago. You had a driver's license when these went in the barn, buddy.
This is the 30th high school reunion for me. Yeah, you're right. It's
Yeah, you graduated and they put these cars away. It's not that.
Well, good night, folks. I got to go take my pill and head to bed. Can you imagine opening a storage unit and finding all 4 of these cars in it?
That'd be pretty okay. But legit,
no.
I would take that either of those 2 on the bottom.
Voodoo, you're wrong. You're just
Voodoo,
wrong.
You're wrong.
Z28.
Maybe the convertible.
Hmm.
If I was going to crush more one of them, it'd be the convertible.
I'm just not a super convertible folk.
I am not either.
Like I could convertible, but only if it was somebody else's car and I didn't have to worry about it.
Right.
Thanks, guys. This is where you put me now.
Yeah. I mean, close.
Yeah, no, we're all the same age. Everybody watching this probably about the same age, other than Dorty's kids.
Yeah. It's obviously younger than me.
Jeez. Yeah. A little bit.
All right. Well, looks like we're at and Dorty's like a half hour younger than me. So like I don't know why anybody's worried about this. Bo's younger than both of us. So
Age is just a number.
Age is just a number.
Nursing home fro, ladies and gentlemen.
Nursing home, bro. Come out in my shower cap and my moo-moo.
Get me one of them mobility scooters.
Man, I could have used a mobility scooter this week. And pits are big.
Gotta get you a scooter.
Skidon't.
There was a guy with a mobility scooter, and then he had built a little trailer that had another seat and some foot pegs on it. And his other old man dude friend was riding on that deal behind him.
Oh, geez.
Now, Gearhead Podcast brought to you by Ben Gay. No, it's Gold Bond for sure.
It's Gold Bond.
Sure.
It's Gold Bond more than anything else.
I seen these guys on the mobility scooter, and I couldn't help but think that's going to be us one day.
Yeah.
Like one of us is still sane enough to drive the mobility scooter, and the other ones are strapped onto little carts pulling behind it.
I don't want to be the one being pulled in the cart. That's weird.
I don't want to be driving. I want to just sit back there and
I'll drive.
have cold snacks and
Jeez.
gawk at whatever's going on.
Oh goodness. Let's see here.
I gotta check a message.
Let's get into Marketplace. I can read that while you two are reading your phone. 78 Lincoln Continental, $3,500. This one, thankfully, the missing link, made semi-famous by being driven by Freiberger and Finnegan in an episode of Roadkill. Once a 4-door. There's a lot of words here. You guys watch Roadkill just like we did. Car wound up here. Pulled it out, washed it, fixed the brake leak, got it safe enough to yard drive and drive it up on trailer. No waffles or vents included. $3,500.
See it.
Is this worth $3,500?
I mean, not to me. I'm sure it is to somebody. Someone who's a fan of the show.
That's what I was going to say. Is that pedigree enough for you to pay for that?
Why do you cut such an enormous hole in the hood if your stinking carburetor don't stick all the way up through it?
He's probably got a plexiglass scoop on order.
It's still not.
Man, stop it. I'm going to cut a hole in my Glass Tech Sunoco hood for a scoop.
Yeah. and it's gonna look legendary.
I think that's gonna happen.
Hey, I thought it was gonna be a big deal having a scoop and a hole and all that shit. No, I just put like a grill cover over the motor when I went in the hotel at night in case it rained.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, money. I didn't
Nice.
driving down the road. We've had this talk before. If you pretend it's not a problem, it's not.
Okay.
Drove through a freaking rainstorm, air cleaner just out there in all its glory. No issues at all.
Yeah. No kidding.
Be here next year.
Coupon order from Jegs. Yeah, good luck getting that.
2 years ago.
They're waiting to get enough orders so they can buy a sheet of Lexan.
Right.
All right. Let me look at the other one before we go forward. All right. 64 Ford Galaxy 500 two-door hardtop, $1.
I'll take
Well,
2.
Will not respond to, is this still available? If listing is active, it is available. Very nice old school hot rod, runs and drives, looks great. 390 FE green dot aluminum transmission. Or I'm sorry, green dot automatic transmission. Thank you. Looking to trade for other classic vehicles in like condition. No projects, no bikes or boats. May consider selling for the right cash offer, but prefer trades. Do you guys know the difference between a green dot and a red dot transmission?
Green dot, red dot, who gives a shit?
One's a 2-speed, one's a 3-speed. This one's a 3-speed.
Okay. Woo. Oh yeah, Daddy liked that.
I mean, that's a good looking car. I like the bench seat.
I like the whole car.
I agree. I like the whole car.
Everybody watching, message and ask this dude if it's available.
And if he'll trade for a boat.
Yeah. Is it available? If so, will you trade for a boat?
Yep. I'll have one of these days. 64
Hey.
Galaxy is what I want.
Is the hood like a love it or hate it thing?
I think
Yes.
so.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Show
I
of
love
hands.
it.
Who all hates it?
I hate it on that car.
No.
That scoop
Okay, maybe
only,
on that car I wouldn't have it, but
that scoop only has one place, and that one place is a 64 Ford Fairlane. And that's if it's a 2-door, and that's if it's a Thunderbolt.
gotta be a Thunderbolt. That's not like a good universal hood. That hood has to be on a Thunderbolt. I think I'm with you on that one. We don't agree on. We don't see eye to eye on a lot of stuff, but I agree with you on that.
Well, and you can go look at Steve Mignante used this scoop on his funny Fairmont, and then he ran injector towers through it. It still doesn't work. It still doesn't look right.
You know, I take that back. I've seen this hood on other vehicles. I'm okay with it on this car, actually.
I'm
So,
not a fan.
I changed my mind. I changed.
Bucket List jumps in because I believe they have that on the Ugly Duckling 65.
Do they? Well,
They do.
I think I'm pretty okay with it on this car. Not every car.
That's just my opinion.
Not a universal hood, in my opinion, but I think it works here.
Chris
All right,
said
moving on.
He didn't
Next
have
one.
enough money to have an opinion on this one. I don't either.
All right, this one's for Dorty.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Ooh. 79 Peterbilt 352, $40,000. 8V92 Detroit, 13 speed, new virgin tires all the way around, new air leaf suspension, clean title. Feel like that's a daily.
It's an
I feel like
economic
it definitely would look good with a Nova on the back of it.
Yep.
And you got your sleeper.
Yeah.
If you look at that picture in the top middle, don't tell me that you can't smell that picture.
No.
Yeah.
For sure.
How many cigarettes have been smoked in that picture?
Oh, I was just gonna, It smells like coffee, Red Bull, and cigarettes.
Yeah. They didn't have Red Bull when this thing was in its heyday.
No, but the last kid that's been driving it, he drank the hell out of some Red Bull.
I'll guarantee you there's 3 pills under the driver's seat that even if you find them, you don't want to take them.
Yeah. By that, I'm going to take me a fistful of Truckers Love It. The AC stopped working 19 days after manufacture.
Oh, goodness. All right. I only have one more. Then you can all go back to your Thunder Championship.
Let's see it.
For sure, some horny goat weed packaged in there.
Oh, God.
No. 2023 Navitas limo cart. I'm not reading this. Not reading this at all. This is a golf cart. Y'all, that's all you need to know. For some reason, we're on a golf cart kick, and I just wanted to throw this in here. I think it looks really cool. I think it'd be a fun little golf cart to have for like a drag and drive event or something like that. I don't think it's worth what they're asking for it, but
it's got 4 6.5-inch kickers. Kicker sucks. I really don't know if kicker sucks or not. I just we used to say that all the time. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
I got to go big screen on this one.
I like it.
Yeah, I dig it.
But if you show up,
that's the equivalent to a 4-door golf cart. It'd be cooler if it was a 2-door, but
yeah,
whatever. Still neat.
I'm gonna put it in Dorty's trailer, Chris. We'll have to throw some tools and stuff out, but it'll fit.
I don't have a trailer.
Your drag and drive trailer?
I've got a ball washer at home I'll throw on there. It'll help you out. I really do.
Yeah.
I took it off my old golf cart. Anyway.
He ordered it on Temu. Wasn't what he thought it was.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I was on Temu and I saw some Brian O. Tooley valve springs. That
oh gosh, yeah,
like they were pretty high quality.
There was a lot of carts behind cars this year. Man, people are crafty about what they haul around with little pit bikes, and I want to be able to haul less of a trailer. So I'm all the time looking for ways to haul less shit. And a really good thing I did to haul less shit was not have to work on my car. So I had the car really good and ready. And then I did this other thing where I hauled more shit, and that's called have my wife co-pilot. She did really well. She did super good as far, because like usually when we go somewhere, there's a reason I got a big truck. It's because she's going to use like 2 of them things that there she is. She's such a trooper. I don't know if she'll ever ride in that car again. Like, no bullshit. Right now, I don't even want to ride in that car. Those of you that don't know, the exhaust dumps like right under the seats. It isn't even past the seats anymore because the cross member is right just a tickle in front of the back of the door, and the exhaust dumps right in front of the cross member. So it is atrociously loud. And as much as we want to say it don't have any fumes in there, it's just to make ourselves feel better about the fact that we're riding in a gas chamber.
You getting that one, or do I need to?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stoney wants to haul a lift so he can change third members.
Yeah, I've actually thought about that. As little time as it takes to change a third member, like I already got the wheels off. I could pop axles out and swap a third member and have about 30 minutes into this deal and then be able to cruise 80 down the highway.
Yeah.
If they're aluminum, I don't mind manhandling them up in there. I don't want to do this iron bullshit.
Man, I don't know. You got to be careful. Next thing you know, your pre-race and post-race is going to be rocker arms, third members. All I mean,
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I don't know. I think there's something to be said about all the cars that come prepared.
Oh, yeah. We talked
You know what
about
I mean?
that. We could go right back into that.
Yeah, I'm going to try to avoid that whole topic.
I want you to say it.
Okay, I'll say it. I understand that on Drag and Drive events, part of the fun or some of the, the good stories comes from people when they show up. It happened to John last year. He literally had the heads off his car on the side of the road. That's killer, man. That's car guy stuff through and through. It happens. It makes for a great story. But I will bet you money that if John could go back a year ago and avoid that, he would avoid that 100%, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You know what I do every time I put gas in the car now? I check the stud like 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I noticed this year, and once again, no names, and some of the people that did post stuff like this actually have pretty cool stuff. But I don't know. Before race week started, I can't wait to get to race week and pull my hood off and go buy a garden sprayer and run the hose up to the front of the radiator. You know what I mean? Like, if you know it's going to do that, I don't know, maybe be prepared where you don't have to do that. Like, I get it. There's some, I don't know what the word, I don't want to say allure because I don't think anybody looks forward to overheating or all that junk. But, when I hear, I got my ratchet and my socket ready to go to take my hood off as soon as I get to driving because I know it's going to overheat. Hell yeah, I'm pumped. I don't know. I don't know. Enough stuff happens on its own.
Yeah, but man, if you
don't go unprepared,
set yourself up for it, like I don't want to set. It's hard enough without crap going wrong. Don't get me wrong. I take my hood off, but I take my hood off because my car has no insulation, and the hood, for some reason, the way that cowl is, it just traps heat under the hood. Like it don't let anything out. You would think it would come out that cowl.
Yeah.
Totally the opposite. Which was obvious when it was raining because there was just like there was water shooting off the windows this way, and then right up the middle of the windshield, there was just like it was just kind of moving barely. Like it was like a little air pocket there of no air anywhere. So if you pull the hood off on my car, it drops the engine temp about 10 degrees, but in the car, it drops like about 20 degrees from the wiener forward.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good reason.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I did. I pulled into.
No. See, this is what I'm trying to avoid. I'm not trying to sound like that was that. That's why I didn't want to say anything a while ago. No, that stuff happens. You didn't leave your house knowing that a brake line was going to break.
No,
and you're like, cool. I'm going to let it break all on the drag drive so I can have a better story.
Car to break.
You know what I mean?
Story.
There's enough stuff going on. You don't need to sabotage yourself or purposely ignore things that should be taken care of before you leave. Because there's stuff's going to happen. It's going to happen anyway.
So I got to the hotel on Friday, and I think I pulled in about midnight, and there were some guys that had obviously pulled in about 3 hours worth of beers before I did. And I pulled up and parked, and yeah, he broke right in front of everything. I pulled up and they were like, "Oh man, we were just talking about you." And I don't know any of these dudes, so I automatically think, "Crap, did I have my pants off in front of these guys or something?" I was like, "Oh yeah, what did I do?" And they said, "Oh, last year you broke the air cleaner stud, had to pull heads off and replace valves and all that crap. That was awesome." Like, oh, you obviously weren't there.
It's awesome when it's not you.
Like, it's an awesome story. It was not awesome that day, I assure you.
And I get it. We all love hearing those stories and seeing
Yeah.
it. I'm not talking any trash on the stuff, the accidents or breakdowns, but some people come to like, they're excited about it. I don't know. It's just something I noticed this year.
Every time I do one, there's some stuff that I don't take that I took the last time, some stuff that I do take that I didn't take the last time, and some stuff that I fixed on the car so I never have to touch that shit again.
Yeah.
And there's a deeper checklist of, like, every time you pull over, I'm looking at 10 different things going, okay, I'm going to make sure none of this shit screws up, because
I mean, who doesn't check their brake lines every time they get gas?
yeah. As soon as I pull over to get gas, first thing I do is yank all 4 tires.
Check, brake lines.
But here's the deal. Here's the deal, though. Because that happened to him,
you're going to check yours?
Not before the circuit, but before I do another long trip, I guarantee I'll put this car on the lift and replace all of my brake lines, because I know some of them are shit. Yeah. You got another one of these.
Yeah, I guarantee it.
I can sense it.
He said, bring that pick back.
I got like a 7 cents for that. Yeah, bring that.
Oh, I felt it. I'm in Kansas City, but I felt it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I know I had a lot of people texting me this week that were trying to keep up with how you were doing and what was going on. And I was honestly surprised at how many people didn't know there was a live feed, and how many people were actually texting me every day to go, "Hey man, did he make it? Is he up next? When does he run?
Yeah.
What group is he in?"
I appreciate the heck out of all of that. It was a really good week. I did mostly all good runs. We did have one snafu when the crew chief used the wrong tire gauge one day.
Why did you have the bad one with you?
So here's the deal. I bought I don't know if it was Temu or Amazon, but it uses a DeWalt battery. It's just an inflator that uses a DeWalt battery. And I use a DeWalt clackety-clack to pull the lug nuts off and back on. So I already have the battery there. Might as well have the inflator. So I'm trying to turn the car over real quick when we got there at Flying H. And Shandace she sets up like a tent over the car. She sets up one over the trailer. She gets out the chair. She gets out the cooler. She gets all the parts out and lays them where they go. Pulls the tires out and puts them where they go. She gets all the tools out. She had all her crap done, and I'm still trying to get my crap done. She says, "Is there anything else I can do?" I said, "Yeah, put both tires at 14 and a half, 15 pounds. Cool." She bangs them to 15 pounds with I don't know. It's just a bunch of random letters as the brand name. It's not even. She puts them at 20, or puts them at 15. I go and I did a burnout, and I'm like, man, that burnout felt weird, but I don't know why. And as soon as I let off the button, it zinged to the moon. I tried to pedal, tried to grab second, grabbed the whole ass shifter and pulled it straight to third, and just roasted the tires, like burnout contest magic going on. Got back to the pit, was super mad. I knew I had done something wrong because I had just changed the 2-step. And so I put it in neutral, park, whatever, hit the button, matted it, boom, goes straight to 3750. Like, crap, that wasn't it. What was it? I knew I had screwed up. Got out and grabbed the tire gauge. Boom, we're at like 22. So 15 is really 22 on the little yellow inflator from Temu. And you will for sure cook the tires at that.
Yeah, that'll make a difference.
I need 14 because after a burnout, it's going to be like 15 and a half.
Well, lesson learned.
For sure. Yeah, we're not screwing that
Hey,
up.
hey, and whatever. It's not like you podiumed anyway. What the
No, it's not like I was in the hunt.
Damn it, man.
Yeah, shit can go wrong when you're not in the hunt.
Man.
Our name was literally at the bottom of the spreadsheet list.
Not the whole time. Not the whole time. Hey, that one.
Oh, wait.
That one.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, it's fine to be at the bottom of the spreadsheet list.
but you got to check those averages.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, guys. I think that brings another one to a close. Anything else you want to throw in here before we spend a week decompressing and continuing to be pissed off about losing?
Who losed?
Hold on. What did I say now?
I think
I feel like
to you talking shit about somebody being at the bottom of the list.
I feel like I owe Stoney a hug now. Well, you're in luck, Stoney. I'm a great hugger. Okay.
Well, it looks like everybody's taking your battle cry.
Everybody, hug everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, he was slow. Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But whatever. You got the same trophy John got, so.
Everybody from the second fastest in a big block, the slowest in a small block.
You guys tied, it turns out.
Yeah,
So,
me and Stoney tied.
yeah.
We're even in the same class.
Oh, damn, that's messed up.
I have a weird sense. I don't know how to. This is how I deal with it. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah.
For sure.
The comments are going too fast.
Yeah. It's okay.
All right. Bo, you got anything you want to throw out there?
Nope.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Oh yeah.
Dorty?
Everybody love everybody.
See you.
See you guys.